Hi, I'm rickdior, and today we're going to work on our doubles. I recently did a video on closed rolls, and today we're going to work on open rolls. And the best way to do that is to work on your short rolls, and I'm going to show you several exercises to do that. The equipment I'm using today, I'm going to be using these Zebrawood sticks that I make with barrel tips. I'll also be using these Cocobolo rosewood sticks that I make. They also have barrel tips. The Zebrawood are about 66 grams, Cocobolo about 85 grams. The practice pad is an old Ludwig ensemble pad. Metronome is an old Yamaha click station. I'm sure some of you are going to ask about that. And the rhythms I'm using are from my books, Let's Go Camping, and my drum set book. And the drum set book is on page 7. Let's Go Camping, it's on page 48. So these are rhythms that I use specifically for developing coordination and hand technique. And if you watch my other hand technique videos, I use these rhythms a lot, and then I interpret them different ways. And that's what we're going to do today. In some of my previous videos, I showed you ways to do these. The first one where I played singles, and then I played the written rhythms as accents. And then I would put diddles on those. Okay, so I've shown most of you who've seen it that already. And if you look under my hand technique playlist, you'll find all those. Today we're going to do these things a little bit differently. I'm going to show you exercises that I've invented that really build up your chops. So the first one is we're going to just take basic eighth notes and play those with one hand like this. And then the written rhythms are going to be played as diddles. So if I take the metronome and move it to, let's say, 120, and I try that with my right hand, it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. And you see I'm accenting that first note of the diddle. So that creates rebound, all right? And then you're also using your fingers. So the way that is going to work is picture these 3 fingers, which should stay under the stick, not gripping the stick tight, but under the stick and available to move as one wall. And your palm is another wall. So the stick is moving between these fingers here and your palm. It's like 2 walls. As you compress those walls, the stick has a smaller space to move and will move faster. It'll rebound faster. So you control the rebound with where your fingers are. And then finally, you use your fingers to support the stick and move the stick. That's when you can get really fast. So if we boost this up to 160, I'll show you what I mean. And that's when you can get those really fast ride cymbal patterns going. So you see what I'm doing there with the wall analogy with the fingers and the palm. And then to support it, I'm using my fingers to move the stick. So now on the left hand with the match grip, you do the same thing. Okay, but the traditional is a little bit different. You're going to use quite a bit of thumb, and these bottom fingers act as a wall, just as those 3 fingers on the strong hand. So and you're pressing with your thumb, so like this. And these top fingers are also acting as regulators. And finally, you're using those again to support the stick, like I showed you in several of my hand technique videos, okay? So when you play that, That's what you get. All right. So that's kind of step one here. You're going to do each hand individually. I don't like normally do exercises like that too much. I like using both hands together, but this is one case where that's extremely beneficial. Then the next step for this is you're going to try to do it in triplets. And the triplets here are left, left, right, right, or right, right, left, left. So they're like this. Or and that's a lot of fingers, okay? So I'm kind of squeezing the stick there. And it's like a clench, so you're dropping it and pushing it. Almost like that push-pull motion, so to get started, you're going to play eighth notes with one hand, and the other is going to fill in. So we'll put down on a slower tempo. Let's say maybe 130. Yeah, that's good. So and then when you get that faster, 160, which is pretty fast. All right, so that's a left hand lead on the triplet. So right hand lead on the triplet would be the left hand going eighths like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, pulsing with the left, but leading with the right on those triplets. And the goal is to get those triplets really fast. Now, I also suggest practicing these things very, very softly like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And really slowly, it sounds like this. So you're really hearing that rhythm with the first note. If the right hand's leading on the triplet, it sounds like this. The last way I like to do this is with 5-stroke rolls. So in other words, you're playing 30-second note fives. So you're playing the eighth note. We'll slow it back down to 130. So here's the eighth note. So that's right hand leads, and here's left hand lead. Very difficult. So it's a squeezed 5. Once again, the wall gets tighter. Smaller and smaller. The more strokes you play, the smaller the space between your fingers and your palm. Of course, you don't want to grip the stick like that, like a hammer, but there needs to be some space there. And then, it'll get clean if you're using your fingers. So I'll play this a little more, this starting on line 3 so you can hear, because this is sort of the ultimate exercise for clean, short groups of doubles. So here's line 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'll do is I will switch to heavier sticks. All right. And this is important because it builds, once I'm warmed up, and a lot of times I warm up with heavy sticks, then I go to lighter sticks. But then anything that's technically difficult or, uses a lot of energy, I don't warm up like that with heavy sticks. But the heavy sticks can really build some strength in here. That's what you want, that big giant forearm, because everything comes together there, okay? And then I'll do the same thing with that, and maybe even a little faster, at like 140. 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing you'll find when you switch to the heavier sticks is it really gives you a lot of stability. I love playing with heavier sticks. I've even started doing it as I'm getting older. I feel like, when you get older, well, you got those of you who are not 60 and older, you start to stiffen up. There's nothing you can do about it. Athletes, it happens to everybody. Nothing. Even if you're in great shape and eat whatever you're supposed to eat, and take whatever vitamins you're supposed to take, it's going to happen. So the heavier sticks really work well. So I hope this helps with your adventures in drumming. My mic stand is wilting here, so I better go before it's holding a lot of stuff, before it's in front of my face. But we'll see you next time with some more of these exercises. I really believe in this stuff. These exercises that are just for particular things, like your singles, and that's what the next video is going to be about, single strokes, or your doubles, or your closed buzz rolls. It's all great stuff. See you soon.